Hi everyone, my name is Margaret Fitzpatrick, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the topic of influencer marketing. So, what exactly is influencer marketing? It is a form of social media marketing involving endorsements and product placement from influencers, people, and organizations who have purported expert knowledge or social influence in the field. It is known to be a hybrid of old and new marketing tools and is now an established form of online marketing. So, there are a lot of characteristics to describe what an influencer is. Honestly, it's a little bit hard to pin down some characteristics that all obtain, but there were two that stuck out to me. And that is an influencer has the power to affect the purchasing decisions of others because of his or her authority, knowledge, or position. And secondly, they have a following in a distinct niche with whom he or she actively engages with, and the size of the following depends on the size of his or her topic. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit later about the different sizes of influencers, but first, there are benefits and cons of influencer marketing. First, they can build credibility and trust. Followers are inspired by influencers and they're interested in their day to day. Clearly, they wouldn't be following an influencer if they didn't want to. So, it is interesting to see that there are many different types of influencers out there from influencers who are chefs to gardening to influencers who have expertise in fashion. It can also be cheaper since it is at no cost to download social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It can also increase brand awareness and reach. By recommendation, brand can gain more visibility based on how large the following base is. So mega influencers can have millions of followers. So that is a great reach for your product. And it doesn't appear too pushy because people are willingly choosing to follow accounts. So when they see that they're advertising something, it's not like it's anything that they didn't sign up for. So the difference between micro influencers and mega influencers, micro influencers are cheaper. They are deemed industry experts. They are credible and have a loyal following base. They have 10,000 to 250,000 followers and they have high engagement rates. Mega influencers are expensive. They are usually celebrities. They have at least 1 million followers. They can lack connection and they are untrustworthy since they have other tasks and jobs to do because they are celebrities and they are already well known. They don't really care, honestly, what they endorse as long as they get more money out of it. So it can be received really untrustworthy. But this approach is suitable for a vast marketing budget or if your strategy is to increase brand awareness. Now, based on my research and classes at LSU, especially with Dr. Folse's class, we have found that it is better to use micro influencers for your brand. And Vans, the shoe company, did an excellent job at using micro influencers to their advantage to advertise their brand.
Vans exist to enable creative expression, but people who love Vans already knew that. What you probably didn't know was that Vans Custom Tool lets anyone be a footwear designer. We're the only ones that allow people to fully personalize their shoes using their own artwork, not just pick from a set of predetermined options like those other not-so-custom customizers. We identified unexpected categories of creators for custom Vans: illustrators, woodworkers, graphic designers, tattoo artists, cosplayers, and photographers. For people who color outside the lines, we designed a campaign outside the lines. There are 16 highly relevant influencers, with 75% less scale than Vans is accustomed to reaching. We developed a campaign with a paid social approach, as unique as each creator, with granular content and bespoke programmatic targeting customized for their individual communities. Each influencer designed custom Vans using their own art and shared their footwear with their own small but extremely engaged Instagram audience. Then, Then, we programmatically promoted the right influencer content to 16 bespoke audience segments. Each a community we built for every influencer based on specific creative interests and behaviors, and a new audience for Vans. Comments showed our audiences admired the influencers' designs, with many tagging friends to encourage creating their own Vans, resulting in a 24% increase in word of mouth. Vans earned nearly $1 million in revenue directly from Instagram, and a record-setting 390% return on ad spend, more than double their average. We even drove 80% lower cost per conversion than Vans retail and sales-focused campaigns. With not just one creator, we showed that Vans is not just one thing.
So that was a really interesting video that really just puts into perspective that you do not need to use mega influencers to have a successful ad campaign. So there are, with benefits, there are always issues. So I'm just going to go right in. There are fake or ghost followers. A lot of people buy their own followers, and these are honestly just robots. So if a company is paying an influencer to endorse a product, the number that they say that the number of followers that it shows might not honestly be how many followers they actually have. It can be expensive. Kendall Jenner, a model, gets paid $1 million per Instagram post. Um, Singer Selena Gomez gets paid $800,000 per post. So it can be extremely pricey just for a celebrity to post one Instagram. And it can also be competitive. There are millions of social media accounts out there, and on top of that, so many social media influencers. So it's really important to try to pick an influencer who best portrays and accurately portrays your brand. And lastly, it can be extremely controversial and be deemed untrustworthy. And I'm going to explain to you guys how that can be. So, Fire Festival was a music festival that only used high celebrities like models, but that's Bella Hadid shown here, and they 98% of their budget was only on advertising, and you're about to see why.
The actual experience exceeds all expectations. It is something that's hard to put into words. All these things that may seem big and impossible are not. It gives people that type of energy, that type of power.
So, you may be wondering why you just saw only models dancing around, but it honestly just shows that many people don't need many facts to go to a festival. So to the left, Kendall Jenner, who has over 130 million followers, she posted that on her Instagram, and Bella Hadid has 40 million followers on Instagram, and she posted that orange square. A lot of models posted that same square advertising that they cannot wait to go to the festival. So, lo and behold, the festival was a complete fraud, and this is the official trailer for what actually happened at what Fire Festival was about, and I think it um, greatly shows the repercussions.
All these models, like, in the Bahamas. The most insane festival the world has ever seen.
Island getaway turned disaster.
It became very barbaric.
Right now, we are the fucking laughing stock of everything.
Just wait until you see what you're getting yourselves into.
American rapper Ja Rule is in the Bahamas with his business partner.
Billy McFarlane
is an amazing entrepreneur.
He can convince anyone of pretty much anything.
They just bought an island. Pablo Escobar's island. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna throw a festival, yeah.
Within 48 hours,
they sold out. These guys are either completely full of shit or they're the smartest guys in the room. We were working around the clock, no sleep.
Billy's like, bring more workers. We need more workers.
Every single day got more intense.
He just would not take no for an answer. And he just kept pulling money in somehow.
desperate people do desperate things.
He was lying to investors and making it seem like we were making a ton of money when we weren't.
I mean, that's fraud.
We need to get the messaging out now that this is not a luxury music festival.
Oh my God.
There's mattresses all over the place getting soaked.
The save yourself mode kicked in. Right, it's a free-for-all.
It became this looting mentality.
There's an angry mob, they're pissed off and they want their money.
Powerful models built this festival, and then one picture of cheese on toast ripped down the festival.
They just couldn't physically fit that many people on the island.
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in prison.
If you had thousands of dollars to go on a trip to see Blink 182, that's on you. That is Darwinism at its finest.
The biggest event in a decade, I promise you.
Oh, so sorry, I did not mean for that to go, but honestly, it just shows that anyone would believe anything that they see on social media, and the problem needs to be fixed. So after this came out, Instagram actually introduced a partnership feature that users immediately can see that these influencers are working with the branding company and they are getting paid to post these Instagrams. And they have to show that by either having hashtag ad or indicating somewhere in plain sight that they are a paid sponsor. And Hulu and Netflix both debuted documentaries on Fyre Festival because thousands of people were promised exclusive luxury bungalows that cost $250,000 in range, and when they got there, they were, if you can see in the pictures, were in FEMA tents. So now I'm going to end things on a little bit more on a lighter side and talk about the influencer stereotype. A lot of people look down upon influencers, and they can be seemed or deemed a little bit narcissistic because they believe that every bit of their life should be displayed on social media. It also emphasizes just how important people depend on social media and that they will do anything for approval. So to the right is an Instagram account called Influencers in the Wild. They have 2.7 million followers, and what they do is you can submit videos of people trying to be influencers. So to the left is a girl at a music festival. She's clearly just trying to get a great picture of herself. This man in the middle. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he's trying to get a great picture as well. And this guy. So it honestly just shows anyone will do anything for influence on social media, and hopefully we can use this to our advantage, this presentation, and learn something that everything you see on social media isn't true, and it honestly just shows how much power influencer marketing has on today's world, and hopefully we can take this to our advantage like what Vans did. Vans honestly made a great campaign for themselves and generated a lot of revenue and brand awareness from it. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today about marketing and influencers in the process. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.